and recount them as years just to remind themselves that they too lived. Time changes the color of things. Time is momentary. The cumulative idea of time in terms of minutes, hours, days, weeks, months and years, this is something that we make up in our mind. In the sense, if you had no memory, there would be no cumulative sense of time. Because you have memory and it reflects itself as imagination, there is something called past and future. Otherwise, time is a platform upon which both the creation and its source exists. Time is not a cumulative process. It is not a minute, it is not a year, it is not a decade, it's not a century, it is not a millennium. It is just a moment. And the moment is all-inclusive and eternal. This cumulative sense of time has come to us simply because our sense of physical is so strong, mainly because of a very keen sense of vision that humans have developed. Suppose your eyes were little fuzzy, you looked at like this, you don't know who is who, it's all like one. If you… suppose you go and sit outside in the starlight, if I look at you, you look like one mass, not individual people. It is the keenness of vision which clearly demarcates, this is this person, this is this person, that is that person. It is for this reason, when we say spiritual, the first thing is to close your eyes. Because if you take away your visual apparatus, you will see your sense of being physical will become less and less. There is a certain dimension of yogic practice where people go into a dark room, pitch dark, where whether you open your eyes or close your eyes, there's no difference. It's just the same, total, pitch dark. You can't see even your limbs or anything for that matter. It's amazing that just because you can't see your body, within a few days, your sense of physicality will come down dramatically. You will become very conscious of other dimensions of life, and physical becomes very little. Because of all the five senses that you have, your visual apparatus is the most developed. And of all the creatures on this planet, your eyes, well, you have added lenses to it, but the human visual capability is most elaborate. We can see more things than most creatures can see, with more detail. One aspect of human intelligence evolving is our eyes, because we can see so clearly. To back that up, we needed a whole lot of intelligence. Because we see everything like this, now we have to decipher. For deciphering this, you need a backup brain, otherwise it cannot do it. So in the evolution of human intelligence, human eyes have played a significant role. So it's in this context that when we say further evolution, we say a third eye, that you need one more eye. Because the evolution of human being is very, very related to our visual apparatus. So when we say time, because there is this and that, now there is here and there. Once there is here and there, or here and there is possible only because there is time. I want you to look at this properly. Point A to point B. If you want to traverse this distance, let's say it takes a minute to get here. Only because the minute exists, point A and point B exists. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most people think because there is point A and point B, it takes time. No. Because there is a minute, there is point A and point B. If there was no time in between, there would be no point A and point B, there would be just AB as one point. So because there is time, there is space. Because there is time, there is here and there. And of course, now and then. It's from this context, Adiyogi said, when they asked him the question, what is the nature of this cosmos, where does it begin, where does it end? He laughed and he said, I can pack your entire cosmos into a mustard seed, because point A and point B is possible only because there is a time to traverse. If there was no time, the whole cosmos would be just a dot. Now, point A and point B exists simply because you have become a A and somebody is a B. Because this has become an individual entity, this is A and that is B. Because this is A, that is B, there is a distance. And now, the distance is possible only because there is time to traverse. If there was no time, if there was no time between this and that, these two would be same, isn't it? If there was no time between A and B, this A and B wouldn't be A and B, this would be just AA, they're same. So what is right now a straight line, or any kind of line for that matter, between point A and point B, this would have just been a dot. So the whole cosmos becomes a dot once there is no you and me, this and that. There is only this and this. That means physicality has become irrelevant in your experience. What consciousness means, what yoga means is, yoga means to consciously obliterate the boundaries of your individuality. Because this is an individual, this is A and that is B. And of course, all the other alphabets. Once you create A and B, C, Z, everything inevitable, isn't it? Once we create A and B, then every other alphabet and every other number is inevitable. It's bound to happen, it's a natural consequence. But that's not important. It is A and B which is important. There is two. Because there is two, it gets refracted into multiples. There is two only because we have become physical entities. It doesn't matter how much you tell people, it doesn't matter how many countless number of people we bury in the last 10,000 or 100,000 years. Still we don't get it, that physicality is something that you just picked up from this planet and put it back into the planet. Yes, Sadhguru, but my body is my body this is me So the word yoga means just this, you consciously manage to obliterate the boundaries of your individuality, that if you sit here, there is no this and that, there's only this and this. When there is only this and this, there is no cumulative process of time or kala as we refer it. This is very beautiful that we have the same word to describe time and space. Kala means time. Kala also means dark space. So kala is both time and space. We don't really distinguish between the two because trying to say which came before which is like chicken and egg business. Is it because of time space exists or is it because of space time exists? If you go like this, you are a cumulative mind. You're a linear mind, you're thinking which came first. That's not how creation happened. That's not the nature of the existence. So if there is no you and me, there is no this and that. If there is no this and that, obviously there is no now and then. So transcendence of time means you got disidentified with your physical boundary. You became little yoga. Union happened. Because of the union, your identification with me being a single digit is gone. Because of that, sense of time is gone. If you had no body, if I made you sit here for 10,000 years, what is the problem? Huh? Because you have a body, already it is speaking. Legs are telling their own story, back is singing its own song. Huh? Bladder is keeping time. You've seen the hourglass, sand? Bladder is just like that. Tuk, it's falling. Slowly as it becomes full, your interest in yoga will recede. Yes, when bladder is really full, I will start talking about enlightenment. There's only one interest. This is the power of the body. Such a simple thing, bladder. Such an intelligent being, human being, but a bladder full of piss will dominate the brain. Hey, why are you stopping him? Let him laugh. Sounds of joy are okay, why are you stopping him? See, this happened. Shankaran Pillai married in Tennessee. Shankaran Pillai was a debauched man, everybody knew. But the moment he got married, from next Sunday onwards, every day morning he was at the church. Every Sunday morning. The pastor was very happy. Then he approached him and said, "For a debauched man like you, this is some improvement, that you're coming to church every Sunday." Said, "Well, pastor, either it's your sermon or hers." I leave him alone on Sunday mornings. Otherwise he may go sit in the church. And Shankaran Pillai said, "After my marriage I realized man needs God's help." I know. Time. So, half the world has already screamed Happy New Year. the other half is waiting, waiting to celebrate. My simple advice is never wait to celebrate. Celebration is one thing that should not wait for any damn thing. But so Sadhguru, still some more hours, Sadhguru, before I can laugh. So, isn't it such a silent clock? Time? I wish the planet went tuck, 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 tuck. It would have been easy. Just went away, went away, went away, went away. Huh? Hey, how old are you? I know girls I won't ask. I'm that civilized. Huh? 40. Planet didn't make a sound, a damn thing. Huh? Hello? Didn't make a sound, a damn thing. At least every day if it went tong, at least once, we would have known. No, so quietly, weightless, but it crushes life. Huh? Yes? Now I can ask you, little girl, how old are you? 15. Somebody, one lady who's… oh no. Okay, hey, you pretend to be a lady, you're 50, right? It's okay, man. And when you're a woman, what's the problem? Can't the numbers change? When the gender can change, can't the numbers change? You're a 50-year-old woman. When it happened, you don't know, isn't it? Hello? Only if life has been terribly miserable, you kept count of it. If it's been nice, you don't know how it went away 50 years. You were also 15 like this little girl, huh? Giggly and nice, slowly. You don't know when it happened. You just remember a few significant moments that you think are significant, either because they changed the direction of your life or they made you suffer immensely. Those things you remember, isn't it? Those things that made your life turn this way or that way, you remember. Those things that caused enormous pain, you remember. Those things which were very exuberant also, you remember. Something acute must happen. Otherwise, 50 years, if you look back, take a lot of effort to remember 100 moments of significance in 50 years' time. Yes or no? Because it's a weightless wheel, but relentless and ruthless. Doesn't give you 1 day's break. Hello? Today I'm beat. Today I'm beat, just stop for today. No such thing, just rolls on. Without a whisper, just rolls on. Well, this is not for you to become melancholic, yes, rolls on. See, you don't have to do anything. Life just gets over by itself. Isn't it fantastic? If you had to push it every day, I'm sure you would complain about it. Hello? Suppose you had to spin this planet every day and get the time going, I'm sure you would want somebody else to do it, not you, isn't it? It just rolls by itself. Even if you simply sit here, 50 years will go by and you will die and everything will happen. How compassionate life is. It is not a must that you must do this or that. You don't do a thing, still it goes by. Isn't it fantastic? No? Nobody here to judge you and say, you have not you have not done well, so you will not pass, stay here. No such thing. Everybody shall pass. What more do you want? Whichever way you do it, whichever way you do it, you still pass. Isn't it great? Hello? It's up to you. According to your judgment of what is fantastic, you do that. There's nobody here. This whole business of somebody sitting up there and watching you, this is a dangerous game. I hear that Americans are always complaining about privacy laws and how the big brother is watching their email of all the things, as if they're writing some fantastic literature. Who the hell wants to read your email? But forever they've sold this idea that somebody is sitting up there and watching every move that you make. So I don't see where is privacy for you. See, we are Indian, we don't have the God, nobody watching us. Nobody watching us. We have privacy. But there's a big guy sitting up there and watching you every day, every moment. Where the hell is the privacy in your life? What is the problem if the government also watches you along with them? No, all the liberals will get at me. I'm not saying the government should watch you. I'm not saying the government should intrude into your email or Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever the nonsense. Because as far as I see, all the young people, except bathroom, just about every aspect of their life is on their Facebook anyway. What is there for the Secret Service to do? Really? Isn't it? Everybody is anyway putting up their whole life on their Facebook page. So where is the need to watch you? Waste technology on you to observe what you're doing. Anyway, it's all out there. But God is watching you. So, but there is one advantage. There's one big advantage. That is, people, at least this part of the world, some people believe, maybe not everybody, they believe, this happened. One smart guy, very smart guy, died. They also died. So, he went to heaven, of course. Because, tickets to heaven are sold. He went to heaven and so he got an appointment with God, just 10-second appointment. So when he went there, he asked God, Father, is it true that what is 1,000,000 years for us is just one moment for you? God said, yes, my son. Then what is $1,000,000 for us? Is it just a penny for you? God said, yes. Then he said, Father, just give me a penny. Then God looked at him and said, just wait a minute. So how much of a body are you? How much of intelligence are you? How much of consciousness are you? Accordingly, your experience of time. If you are too much of a body, time rolls very slowly, very difficult. You have to push it and go. If you have a little bit of intellectual crackle going on, just in one thought, a day goes away. Hello? A single thought may occupy a day. But if you're conscious, it's like that. What is 100 years for somebody is like a minute for you, just gone. Is it a good thing? Yes, it's up to you whether to carry this as a millstone upon your neck or just let it roll easy, or it's a flywheel that drives everything. Actually, it's a flywheel that drives everything. It is in this moment of time that both creation and its source exists, isn't it? Hello? It is a platform upon which the entire creation has happened. You experience it as a cumulative process of minutes, hours and days and weeks and months only because you're deeply, deeply identified with life, with the physical body. Because of individual entity, there is cumulative nature of time. Otherwise, this moment, people say it's a fleeting moment. When did this moment go away in your life? Please tell me, how can you say it is fleeting? It is an eternal moment, isn't it? It's for an ever moment. Did ever this moment go away from you? Did such a thing happen? Oh, only certain people are teaching you, be in the moment, otherwise it'll go away. It will not go away anywhere. You are always in the moment only. Mind wanders, but it should, otherwise what's the use? What is the use of what you call as my mind if it cannot feed upon the past and create a future? That's its business, isn't it? People are complaining about this. They want their brains frozen because they're not able to handle the activity of their mind. This brain, which took millions of years to evolve, unfortunately, they didn't figure how to handle it. Now they're seeing how to freeze it so that it doesn't bother them. Some of them are preserving it in alcohol, particularly today. Yes. Do not misunderstand them. They're only trying to preserve because they want to donate their organs and use their brains elsewhere. They're preserving it in alcohol so that it stays for a long time. Have you not seen in the high school laboratory? They were preserving things in alcohol? Yes or no? She can also laugh, what's your problem, eh? So, but in our life, inevitably we want to count one more year is over. So at the most, time can be seen as a milestone, but it's not a pathway to travel upon. You cannot use time as a pathway. It is at the most a milestone to tell you that, to give you some sense of… No, it won't tell you where you are, that needs GPS. It just tells you how much is gone by. So, gives you some sense of what to do and what not to do, because as long as we exist here as physical entity, time is getting over for this one. The Tamil word for death is very beautiful. We say kalamaittanga, that means his time got over. When somebody dies, we don't say he died, we say his time got over. Perfect, isn't it? Time got over. So, because time gets over for the body, it's good to keep milestones. So 2018, one milestone. Before we hit the next milestone, at least we must speed up a bit, huh? Both the scale and scope of our life, something must happen. Hello? Not just 15-year-olds. Especially if you're 60, 70, need to scale up because kalam aayirukkudu. Time is getting over. Hello? Time is getting over, isn't it? So if you understand time is getting over, whatever the hell you want to do must scale up and speed up. Yes? People think if they scale up and speed up, they'll do wild things. Initially, there is some juvenile instincts which will make you do that. But if you're every day conscious that time is getting over, you will see within a few weeks you will become very profound. And this is all you have with this life. There is no container service. Hello? It's a very wrong thing to put people in a coffin. People think they're going somewhere. It makes them feel like they're on DHL or something. In India, what we do is, one thing is those who cremate, they cremate, so no escaping there. We not only cremate, we take the ashes and throw it in 3 different rivers so that no way that guy should ever… Those who can afford, they will go and throw it in the Indian Ocean, in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. So that no way that guy, even the ashes should not get together and act like an individual again. But when we bury, we make sure that we put at least 150 to 200 kilograms of salt. If you put salt and bury somebody, within a month, even the bones will be largely gone. Within 3 months, every bone will be gone. Salt will eat it up. The idea is not to preserve the body. The idea is quickly you should become part of the earth. And it's also very eco-friendly. Otherwise you're like plastic. If you're in a metal coffin, you're like plastic, after hundreds of years your blood is still there, not biodegradable. It's a very biodegradable body has been given to you, isn't it? It seems every average United States citizen has about 28 grams of plastic in their body, except for 28 grams. The remaining 50, 60, 70 kilograms, you're biodegradable, I'm saying. It's not that only US population has, it is the only population that's been checked for. Others also may have, but not been checked. In America, it's been checked and they say on an average, most US citizens have about 28 grams of plastic in them. Those of you wearing synthetic clothes, you must understand it's seeping into you slowly. Yes, you're wearing polyfiber, it's slowly seeping into your system. So, well anyway, I should announce something about 2019. In 2019, we have a fashion show going for the first time. On 12th, 13th of February in New York City, whatever the venue and other things they will tell you, we have a fashion show where we are bringing, we've already brought I think, about 120 distinct varieties of weaves from India. It's the only nation on the planet which has over 136 weaves, different types of weaving. So, we're bringing these weaves and presenting it to some of the top designers in this country. Some of the top designers from India also coming. For those of you Indian origin people will definitely know this name. Sabyasachi is coming and participating, and here also some big names are there. I don't get the names because I'm a brand by myself, you know. I don't wear any brand, so I don't know those brands, but some big names are coming, and we're in a fashion show. What is Sadhguru doing in a fashion show? Because these weaves took a few thousand years to evolve in that culture. But today, we are becoming so unconcerned about our well-being, we think our well-being will be taken care of by the pharmaceutical industry in the world. Because we are so unconcerned, we eat synthetic, we wear synthetic, we do everything synthetic, our brains are synthetic. Yes, what do you have, a carbon brain or a silicon brain? Huh? Well, silicon has gotten into all parts of the body, that's another matter. So, the entire system is slowly becoming synthetic, our lives are becoming synthetic. Some people are wondering why this human being should be here. This month, 2 weeks ago, I was at the Economic Times Summit in India, and I was supposed to have a conversation with one Miss Sophia. She's a robotic woman. I was supposed to have a conversation with her and her creator, who had come with her. But at that time when I was supposed to have conversation, they couldn't reboot her. Oh, come on, even regular women get sick sometimes. So she just looks like a man's dream. Whatever perverted imaginations people have, it's all been manifested. So, and you can switch her off, man. She is smart and she engages you in conversation, everything a human being can do. And the best thing is you can switch her off. So, this danger is coming, that a time will come on the street you don't know who is real and who is a machine. But even now, most human beings are existing like machines, so it shouldn't make much of a difference for them. Now, Sunday morning you can hand him over to somebody, rest of the week you have to This reminds me, a man was sleeping. At 2 a.m. the phone rang. He picked up the phone and said, "Hello." "Who is it?" He said, "I'm John speaking." So, "What do you want?" "Nothing." "What? You want nothing and you call me in the middle of the night? Why the hell did you call me in the middle of the night?" He said, "That's because the night rates are cheaper." It's like Christmas shopping. Whether you need it or don't need it, just buy something because it's on discount. I don't think you're the only one getting the joke, all right? For all of you, those of you who are on the on the webcast, I don't know if they're cutting you off at 1 hour, is that so? No. They're on? Okay, then it's fine. So if you have a question, please.